Okay, martial arts does not truly and in its natural form allow for any other kind of marshaling through sparring, but one that is the most focused with righteous indignation. The expert seeks to walk in the light to keep the process going. It is nature that keeps it in the family. So, in other words, I ended the last video, part two, with the idea that they're not in the run if their system does not even create the opportunity for them to make the argument that they are the true representative of the Creator. And of course, a lot of Buddhist systems, they've withdrawn themselves willingly from this idea by saying that, you know, it's about reincarnation, and a lot of them don't believe in God. Pretty much all of them don't believe in God. And therefore, they're not saying their job is to marshal society, but to develop themselves with martial arts and to preach humility. Now, you do not order society effectively with humility as your argument. So again, they're not in the race for the top martial artists. Their system is about cultivating themselves within their belief system. That's fine. So when we really look at it, nobody's really in the race. And I have achieved this great degree of prowess where I was confident enough for 4 years, even though I was drugged and sabotaged, dehydrated, harassed, they even blinded me. Think about how your eyesight affects your martial arts performance. I mean, they went to such degrees, they've even crippled me to a certain point. You know, now I have back problems and knee problems and joint problems I didn't have before because of the drugs that also caused me, photophobia. Okay. Having good energy is not enough. And of course, look at, my medicine box, okay? On record, they want me to take a mood stabilizer. Think about righteous indignation as my martial arts argument, and then wanted me to take mood stabilizers and antipsychotics. I mean, come on. It's pretty straightforward here. All right. The divinity she gave up, face us, face is, face as, face eyes. The innocent look that is pure is screened out because it shows them up. And so is the receptive divine woman. So when you see a woman who looks innocent, right? If she is truly innocent, she is receptive to someone like me. Look at society. It's like a female leopard in a pit full of snakes, and a male leopard comes. Who's she going to mate with? Who's she receptive to? Who does she understand? Okay, it's a very straightforward idea. So the receptive divine woman is gone. Submission that leads to a higher connection as a man does not allow the evils of this world to be brought into his bedroom. So who is she submitting to? And what is she allowing into her bedroom, into her bed, into her body, or her entering another man's bed? What is she allowing and why? Slut faces, makeup to cover up, the idea of cover girl, right? Victoria's Secret, secret society, the rose as a symbol of secret eros and so on, secretaries and so on. Acting as behavior, fakeness, fear of acknowledging good. The attempt to replace the messengers of the Creator with psychologists and creators after the righteous ones that may convey the Spirit are screened out. And think about the word plastic, right? Metals, metallurgy, meddling, right? She's meddling with Satanism and with a divine process. She's not submitting to righteous men of God when she accepts this consumer and material culture and worldly culture and so on and so forth. Narcissism, hedonism, these things are states of mind. These things are illness, mental illness, spiritual illness. There is no spiritual conveyance without pure masculine spirit. Martial arts through my line to one. Okay. So there is no spiritual conveyance of true life and love. The way, the truth, the life, the truth about love and life. The true way to achieve it is submission to the martial arts order. Think about it. You are submitting yourself to one culture or another. If you do not submit to the divine martial art order, why not? What kind of fool thinks that some scientist or some rich greedy guy or some pacifist is truly conveying the spirit of righteousness? Is love a passive activity, or does it involve penetration, assertion, and at times a sort of aggressiveness? Not even my brothers are likable as they are, making love, that is. Not even my brother as likable as they are, achieved it. Okay? If society had given me my rightful place, I have no doubt that they would have had the message conveyed through them and given me a certain respect. They give me a certain respect, but they are not allowed by this world to survive and give me my rightful place. It pains me to say this, as they are so close in more ways than one. So it is fair to hurt me, to hurt more for them on this issue than how I hurt saying what must be said to the world. So not just because, oh, they're your brothers, it's understandable. That's Western culture. It's because they are so close to achieving the ideas that I have. They were so close. They were close to me in hearing my message. They were raised by my family. They were raised with the blessings that my dad had, the spiritual blessings my dad was conveying in giving up the nice car, in giving up the nice home, in giving up the gold-digging wife and the public kind of acknowledgement and bootlicking, right? To give millions away to charity and free service and otherwise, to accept being in debt, to go all in with his medical company. Okay. Your heir. Okay. War. So Harware is also a play on words for heir war. Heir to what? Heir to the throne. You have to be royalty or from a royal line to be Harware. Okay, this thing first and foremost is those who are vying, right? Elves, right? El vies, the Lord vies. If you are not saying, I am the way, the truth, and the life, you are not in the race. Do we see the royal family of England saying that? No. Do we see the Pope even saying that? No. Very few people are saying that. And other people are saying that's fucking crazy. They're not making this martial art argument with 4-year, $4,000 challenge. They are not in the race. If they are not a martial artist making the argument that they are the way, the truth, and the life, they're not even in the running. If they are not making this great effort, I have 4,000 videos in the last almost 10 years now. Okay, I started in 2009, August. We're going on 10 years. Okay? Trying to impress upon people what the way is, who the real Egyptians were, and what that means for my role in society. I've been trying to emerge on YouTube alone for almost 10 years. 4-year, $4,000 martial art challenge, and that wasn't even my first challenge on YouTube. They're not even in the running. And then the question is, of those who are in the running, does he have ill-gotten gains? No, I do not. I am your rightful leader. I am the right and true spiritual leader for that reason. I suggest you write down what I just said and really contemplate the truth of it without the con, but rather the pro-everlasting rate, not late. Pro-everlasting on time rather than con, temporary, late, contemplate. Okay, so the true idea that the word is referring to and not the Western misdirection in this case. The Pharaoh, obviously, is through Babylon's system, through the philosophers and the Greco-Roman mysteries that impressed upon Western culture its identity. Okay. The face of painful but righteous explanation. Remember, with the drugs and so this, they're taken away from my face. I have pictures that show you definitively who I am. Without this Masonic kind of stuff, they show you definitively who I am. You can see that in my righteous indignation. You can see it in my videos. You can see the pain when trying to express something that is a painful and righteous explanation in my pictures before the drugging really took its toll and started causing my face to suck up and so on. But even now, if you look carefully, you can see beyond their illusions, the iPhone, the way it's designed, the software engineering, the social engineering through software engineering and hardware engineering. And you can see through the effect of drugs, the Spirit of the Lord trying to convey. When I say Ra, Ka, Ba, Ka, you know I am serious. You know I am the true leader, the true spiritual leader of man. And if you don't, why not? Feel free to comment. I have never shied or fled from mental sparring, nor spiritual sparring. I even made it mind, body, and soul sparring. And I triumphed in the face of adversity, and I persevered. I am the wisest and the best that the Masons and the other builders have rejected. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the true leader of man. I am the beginning of the end. I am the beginning of the last chance to be right with the Creator, and I am the end. The Pharaoh must make the law of the world and train people for generations. Genius. Generate. Generations. Intelligence. Genes, right there in the word. And so on and so forth. There's many words that prove my point. And in some effective form, control reproduction to accomplish this. I have to create the social norms, if you will, the spiritual and cultural norms that cause people to reproduce in a certain way, to then transform them, and that spirit through me, through my line, transforming the masses. True love and this face are connected with one's potential passion. This face that I'm referring to in the idea that is having trouble taking form, right? Form, transform, transcend, train, send, trans, end. No more psychological construct. No more psychology, psychiatry, pharmacology. No more substances in the food. They are mind-altering substances, unnecessary mind-altering substances put there for the purpose of creating a trance and mesmerism and hypnosis. Gnosis is knowledge. Okay. If a human being can exist in a form that doesn't allow for as much passion as the heroic martyr, then we must consider what this means in terms of reproduction. A child proves my point. Can a child truly have that manly passion that is conveyed through the Lord and focused with righteous indignation? No, he cannot. Therefore, we must consider what this means in terms of reproduction, what this means in terms of, bodily expression, mind, body, soul expression. And what this means in terms of who should be reproducing with who and why and what culture should they have. People obviously have been changing and evolving. How to evolve in the right direction. Who should be conveying the spirit and why. One cannot overkill this enough. And yes, I've come to the conclusion that it is a hair war, a heir to the throne, right? Success for her where? Where? Where is this battle fought and why? Who, what, when, where, how, why? Her, where? Where is she? Is she with you? Is she with me? Is she on your side of the line? Is she on mine? Are you on mine? Where is she? Where are you? Her, where? Har, where? Horus is where? The heart of Africa was one of the answers at one point. And then it came to America. Why? Why is it there? How can we trace this and why? Where does it take place? What items does she wear from who and why? Right? Is she wearing the necklace that is a satanic necklace? Why? Who gave it to her? Where did she buy it? Where did she get the money? Okay? Who, what, when, where, how, why? What does she wear? She dressed like a slut? She dressed like the Virgin Mary? She dressed like a follower of Horus? What's she wearing? Her where? And don't tell me you can't judge a book by its cover. Am I wearing this thing for no reason? Am I wearing this color sweater for this, we all have our reasons. If you can't afford the right color and you're in rags, that's a part of it too. You can judge a book. If this book have nothing to do with Egyptian mythology, then don't tell me you can't judge a book at all by its cover. And the wise man who's done his research, who's honed his senses and his ability to understand books by their cover, can effectively, to a large degree, judge a book by its cover. Okay? Why do they have that cover? What are they covering up? What items does she... Okay, Horus the Elder is a natural leader and he will emerge. So when we look at... order, right? We go backwards, we get red row, right? Red lay. Excuse me, I don't know what this word play is referring to, but even the words order is a play on words that favors their satanic perspective, and you have to look back at elder, right? So it's red lay, lie low, rod or reed, lay, lie low. So obviously, You know, from their perspective, it's red. From my perspective, it is the true rod, and so on. All dared